No, I don't think we really addressed it before, but I just thought we would share with everyone the arrangement that we have right now is kind of unique for what we normally do. Yeah, a lot of people, okay, before all this, all the Corona stuff kind of took hold and everything like that, me and the wonderful, wonderful Sarah, we switched offices. Basically, her work needed more privacy than my work. And so, we switched where I was working out of, and, she's got my old studio and everything like that. So I'm kind of stuck in my new place, but I'm not allowed to bring anybody in. Trust me, that's a rule. So I've got to do things, we got to do things remotely. So I've recorded locally with Sarah. But me and Greg have got a very, very unique thing going on right now. We're using Zoom, right? Like everybody uses Zoom, right? But we do it a little differently because we are professionals, quote unquote. Yes, we're professionals in the way that if in the words of Richard Jenny, in a way that if a cow is born in a tree, it's a bird, right? No, so I'm recording with recording software on my thing. He's recording software on his thing, and we've got Zoom kind of buffering us to get the visual that we're kind of in the same room, which was traditionally what we used to do is we used to record it at the old studio that we worked at. Yeah. Like during breaks and stuff, I would knock out voiceover, because that is, if you listen to the pod regularly, the lead-ins, that's me doing all the lead-ins. So we would do like lead-ins and record full episodes, and so it's just kind of evolved, and it's just so cool how I'm just sitting here watching you over my iPad and with my Adobe behind that, and then the scripts on. It's pretty. I figured it was worth mentioning because I was listening to the pod and I was like, no one is gonna know what we're doing because it sounds like we're in the same room. And the thing is, this is the thing about audio producers too, right? And we're vain when it comes to our equipment and it comes to our studio setups. Yeah, but nobody sees them. Yeah, it's like batteries. Like the batteries, man. They're doing all this work and they're in this invisible product. Like they're always covered up, you know what I mean? Like they're doing all the work and they don't get any of the glory. No, it's people like, take a look at my video studio. Here's my camera. Here's my. You don't see that with sound guys because we're very protective and very, very like we want people to see what we've got, but we don't either because we don't want people to go, oh, why haven't you got the latest this? Yeah. Oh crap! You need like, that. You've only got a Behringer mixer. Oh, jeez. Well, your interface only has 8 outputs or 8 inputs. Man, I got 16 on mine. It's there's always going to be that guy. So I mean, you just got to be proud of what you have and get the most out of it. And I feel like that we do that. I think this podcast definitely authenticates my Audition subscription. So at least that. So. Hey, I love my interface. I really do. I've only wanted to throw it in the wood chipper 6 times this week. Only? Okay. If I tell you what, if I had if I had the chance to buy this again or something else, I probably would never have touched this thing. But right, yeah. People were dogging on me when I got this little PreSonus audio box I have, the little two channel, 2 input or whatever. But man, it's been surefire. Like I've had no issues with it whatsoever. So I mean, for what it's worth, it's for the time being, it's great. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be wondering why we're going ahead and talking about all this, because one of the games we're talking about is Shaq Fu, right? And we're talking about all of our good equipment, and we're talking about all of our pride that we take in our work, because evidently the people who were involved in Shaq Fu did not take pride in what they've got. But that's going to be coming up in a little while, and there's a lot that we could say about Shaq Fu. But I picked it especially because, again, we'll go into it. Crap Fu, right? So as I stare at my full monitors right in front of me, seriously, guys, I like talking about equipment because 9 times out of 10, I'm not entirely sure what I'm talking about. But at the same time, I know exactly what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. Yeah, well, I mean, you can never know enough. You can never learn enough. Like, you'll always meet somebody that knows, like, a little nugget more than you do or has something that you've never dealt with, you know. It's a never ending, yeah. Have you heard the Kevin Smith story? When he's talking about when he was working on Cop Out. Okay, he was having an argument with Bruce Willis, right? Because that's all they did on the set of that movie was they just argued the whole time they were there. And Bruce Willis is Bruce Willis, right? Uber professional. egotistical, but uber professional, hard to handle, but uber professional, right?
Right.
And so they're doing a shot. I can't remember what shot it is. I can't remember what scene it is, but they're doing a shot. And Bruce Willis just looks at Kevin Smith, and says, "Are you using the 10-38-54 lens or some crap like that?" Right? I'm not up on lenses. I apologize. And
throws out some model number that most film people would be like, this is my tried and true, sure, or whatever.
Kevin Smith looked at him, right? And Bruce Willis pulled the whole, a director would know exactly what you're doing. So Kevin Smith puts his hand up. He turns to his camera guy and he says, "Hey, Dave, what is the name of the lens that looks like this?" And he kind of hand gestures what it is. And the cameraman said, "Oh, it's the Panasonic 835D-F, which is the same thing Bruce Willis said." And he said, "Yeah, that one." Because he knows what he's talking about by looking at it, but has no clue what the technicality is.
He's not a technical guy, so he's not going to be like memorizing model numbers and stuff. He's just like the one that works good, the one that's like boom, like the shot
that's me.
Where it's like that one just like pops. Yeah.
Like, this is the thing, when we've spoken with equipment in the past, you've told me this thing, I've looked it up, and it's like, oh yeah, that's what he's talking about, because I know now what it is by looking at it, but like, the names and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. It's a thing, man. It's a never ending cycle. It definitely.
So, welcome to the Equipment Podcast, right? Okay.